In the years that I've been doing this farm broadcasting, never have I ever seen a time when we had such a wild gyration, not only in the grains, but also the livestock. So to discuss all of this with us is Eric Osterhaus with Paragon Ag Advisors, Silver Lake. Okay, I want to start back here at the very beginning. Friday night, Tyson plant in Garden City has a fire. It's unexpected, burns at least the kill floor portion of the plant, leaving it just inoperable. Monday morning, the cattle market goes limit lower right out of the box. We don't get one trade done all day long. But then later in the day, USDA releases its report, and eventually corn goes limit lower. I don't ever remember seeing corn limit lower and feeder cattle limit lower at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately, and that was really one of those experiences I was hoping to avoid during my career. Don't really care to do it again, but yeah, I don't also recall ever having a situation like that. It was a terrible combination of events. Of course, the terrible fire there at the plant, especially affecting all the lives of all the workers, not to mention what it did to the livestock markets the next following couple of days. And then to combine that with the after effects of that, again, I would call it a bombshell USDA report, it certainly was an unpleasant couple days. It
certainly was. USDA report, let's go there because we'll never get through all of this in time. Was that USDA report, I mean, do you feel like the trade was really all leaning the wrong way, or do you think the trade was somewhat neutral and had some expectations built into it, but the USDA report was so far out in left field that the markets didn't stand a chance?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. First, I don't think the vast majority was wildly bullish off what the USDA report was supposed to say. I thought most felt it would be at worst neutral, but friendly at best to a degree, but many didn't believe the USDA would want to shock the trade with an overly bullish number, so they might let out that friendly information gradually over time. That seems to be the tendency. So to have the exact opposite occur, and then of course once you see that, as we know, I think 7 out of every 10 trades is made by a computer, not a person. Once those numbers came out, it got a life of its own, and it took off from there.
Well, I guess a lot of things on farmers' minds right now is A, what is the real number? Because private estimates don't come close to USDA and vice versa. And probably B, where does the corn market go from here? Do we have relative support at 330 if we have to go down and test that? Because, you know, there for a while we had that gap at 377.5, I believe it was. We filled that, obviously, went way below it, but we did bounce off of that.
Yeah, I think support can even kick in somewhere in this range, but a lot of it's going to depend on what happens. We have a few things that the trade is looking for, some of these private estimates next week, you know, even going on out to October when some of the final numbers really get to the FSA offices, perhaps those provide some support, but we're going to need a number of things to help us out. Now, if we get some estimates that are confirming some of these numbers that nobody believes from the USDA, yeah, we probably have some more downside, unfortunately. But if we can get 2 or 3 of these things together, I do think we can build a little support in here and maybe grind out a little bit of a move back higher as we approach harvest time, where really the trade is going to say, all right, now we want proof of these numbers that we're seeing and estimates that we've seen from the USDA. It's just going to take us some time to get there here in the meantime.
All right. Well, there's a lot of road between now and then, and one of the crop scouts that I have met that has never been wrong, has a 100% accuracy rate, is the combine. We may have to wait until then. If somebody wants to track you folks down there at Paragon, how do we do it?
Come to our website, www.myagadvisor.com.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric. We'll talk to you again very, very soon. Stay tuned. More is coming up in just a moment.